And if you want to get really good scores and top your class, this is exactly what I did, and this is what I want you to do. Hi and welcome back to Tej Art. Today we are going to talk about 4 major tips on how to top your architecture college. These tips are kind of like useful throughout the college, not just first year or second year. So I'll be telling you four major tips, and make sure to listen to each and every one of them because all of them are fairly important. So all the grading system in Hyderabad in Telangana is all dependent on the JNFAU, the external marking system. I mean, it's the same thing in all the colleges. So the first thing is time management. This is not only during the exam, it's throughout the year. Now, if you want to top in your college exams, which is internal and external as well. Now, if you're an architecture student, you know that our internals are not very strict, and they're usually very, you know how to handle your marks and you know how to work, and they don't have like a schedule, and they usually conduct here and there, the internals. So for that, you will have to make sure that you are managing your time throughout the semester, because the marking is all throughout the semester. They'll mark you for your attendance, they'll mark you for your marks, they'll mark you based on you as a person, because they know you, and they obviously will know, the teachers, the faculty will know how to grade you. So time management is very, very, very important, as I told you, in the exam as well as throughout the semesters. So what I mean by throughout the semester is, when you are given a work, like everybody else, I have put it pending till the last day, and then you just drag it till the last submission date, and then you start doing at night, and then you say ki bahut pressure or I bahut stress and stuff. But that is not how the way you should be working, because if you are given a task, you do have a lot of time to complete it before your submission date, and you know that, but still you just keep it dragging till the submission date, and that is one of the biggest problems we have. And submission date, it's better to submit all of them on the right date, because the teachers will know that you are passionate for the towards the course, and that's why you're working on time. So they know that you are a better student. So this is very important, time management and submitting your works on the submission date. Obviously there are chances where you might exceed the date, but that happens to everybody. That happened with me and obviously a lot of people. But the thing is, just try to at least work till the submission date. That's the whole point. So this is what I mean by time management. And also when you're working on a project, or when you're working on a sheet, just see that you don't have a lot of distractions. If you start a sheet, just try and complete it. Completing the design sheet is a little hard, because you'll have to do a lot of research as well as while doing the sheet. But if you're working on some sheet like a history sheet or probably a BC sheet, building construction, then you can complete it then and there, right? So just make sure you complete it, and instead of jumping on to notes, because sometimes we have a lot of pressure and we have a lot of works together, and we just don't know which one to handle, because you want to do that, you want to do this, and the submission date is all the same. So that happens a lot, and for that, just make sure you sit on one, concentrate on one and complete it. So that is all for time management. And even in the examination, just plan how you're sitting on your going through the exam. Now if it's an AD exam, design exam, and you have 3 to 4 questions, or let's say 3 questions, so you should know how much time you will have to put on each question, and you should be planning that before itself. And wasting a lot of time on one question will totally reduce your marks, because evaluator, the person who corrects your paper, he will observe the the quality of work in all the 3 questions, obviously, because if one of the question is very good and the last question you don't have time, you just scribble something, you will not obviously score good marks. So time management again in the examination is very important. So this is probably the most important of the 4 points that I'm going to tell you in the video. So that was it for the time management. Let us go to the second point. So the second point is designing for your faculty. Again, this I think it's very important as well. Usually no one follows this, and that is why that's one of the main reasons your internal marks are very low. Apart from the reasons that probably you fight, you probably argue with your faculty. I mean, all of this is common, but this is one of the most important reasons as well. So this we can't usually see this in the external external context, because when you write your external exam, you don't know who is gonna correct your paper, so obviously you don't have any hand in it. So you cannot control your marks in your externals. All you have to do is your best and putting all your best efforts in the exam. But coming to the internals, you should know your faculty's tastes. And I mean, what I'm trying to tell you is basically when you are in the practical architecture field, when you are in practice, you will design everything for the client, right? Whatever you do is for the client. So in the same case, in college, teachers, you work for your teachers, so your faculty. I'm sorry I'm saying teachers, but yeah, it's the same, you understand. So whenever you're designing something, you should know if your teacher will like, if your faculty will like it. So for example, I'm talking about design for the major part, because I'm not really concentrating on the other subjects, because the other subjects, it's all on you. I mean, your remembering skills, your drafting skills, etc. But design, I mean, let's take an example of kindergarten or group housing. So when you're trying to choose a concept, or drafting, again, it's your skill. But when you're trying to choose a concept, and just try and understand what the teacher expects from you, and that is how you proceed in your design. Because I mean, if you want to do whatever you like, na kide ishtam ne nide jaisa, it will not work out. So it's better if you understand what your teacher, what your faculty expects from you, and work from that. That's what I told you. So you should understand your teacher's taste. I think I'm making it a little clear. I don't know how to explain this properly, but I'm pretty sure you got the point. So yeah, that was the second point. Let's go to the third point. Now the third point is be creative. I know you keep listening to this, but how are you actually going to be creative? What I mean is, in your external examination or your internal examination, when you're thinking of a concept, or when you're thinking of how to proceed through your concept stage, and how you're going to proceed in your design process, you should be aware that you are not just taking the first idea and just sticking to it. Okay, for example, you plan on doing let's say a circular plan, but then it's not working out for you. But just don't be stubborn on the circular plan if it's not working out, and if you think it's normal, just don't stick to the same idea, because your options or your design, your thinking, it might change anytime. So it's better if you don't stick to the first idea. It's always better to go to the second and the third idea and explore the options that you have, because if you stick on to the one idea you have and just be stubborn about it, I don't think it will work out good for you. Because even in an exam, if you're you don't have time to go through a lot of concepts and think of a lot of concepts in your exam, because you don't have time. So in that case, you'll have to brainstorm so much and come up with many different concepts. So it's better not to do just go with the first concept or the first idea that you have in your mind and just proceed with the design. No, that will probably be the same like all the others are thinking. So what you should do is go a little deeper, dig a little deeper, think more. It's fine to put some more time into thinking of the design of your concept, and then start your sheet, because you don't want your design or your concept to clash with anybody. I mean, it might clash. It's not a problem if it clashes, but then even though if it clashes, make sure that your design is better than theirs. So that is exactly how selfish you should be while you are planning and while you are thinking of a concept. Now let's take an example. I'll make this a little easier for you. For example, okay, let's take a smaller example. You are trying to build a biometric or biomimicry sort of shelter or a pavilion, right? And the first thing you think of is circles or rectangles or diamond shaped parametrical design, or probably you're just thinking linear design. That is what everybody will think, and that is how all regular pavilions are designed. But you should go a little deeper and think for more design, inspirations, and get some more inspiration. Just look around and see what you can find. If you see a leaf, and then if you observe the veins of the leaf, probably then you'll get a design in your head after looking at it. So basically think for more and dig in a little deeper than the others do. That is where you can rise a little higher than the others. So I think you understood the point now. So let us go to the fourth one. So the fourth one is learn sketching. So this is not like a compulsion, because I told you a lot of times in many of my videos that sketching is not important. But in your exam, I mean, what else can I tell you? They will judge you on your sketching only. For example, this is your sheet and you planned it. You did all of the planning in one sheet. So for example, you have your concept over here and your plan over here, or probably over here in the middle, and then probably your sections and elevations. My face. Probably your sections and elevations over here in the sheet, and then this little part for your views. And they obviously need some views to elevate that plan in their head, in their mind, right? So this is your plan. So make sure you give more space for your views, because you want to highlight them and show your evaluator or your faculty that this is what the faculty should expect from your plan. And don't give them mere expectations, show them what to expect. So views, drawing views and perspectives is important in design. So I think you should start working on sketching skills, and it will obviously improve over time if you're not so good at sketching, and you really don't have to worry about it a lot. It's just normal. You just go through architecture life, and then you just learn sketching in the process. You don't have to take different classes or just worry about it, or just architecture is not all about sketching. A lot of people have that doubt, but I just want to tell you that it's not that important. You can learn it gradually. So that's the word I was searching for. So those were the 4 points. So let's just see what I told you. The first one is time management. The second one is design for your faculty and understand their expectations. The third one is bring out the third or the fourth idea of concept or inspiration that you have, not the first or second, because that is something everybody will think of, right? And the fourth one is learning how to sketch. It's not an important one, as I told you, but just make sure that you practice. What am I talking? Just make sure that you practice sketching for 10 to 15 minutes a day. That would be enough, and I'll even make videos on how to learn sketching and how to start to learn sketching, what all to learn for architectural sketching. So that was the video, and I hope you liked it. And if you want to get really good scores and top your class, this is exactly what I did, and this is what I want you to do. So bye. I am wearing a cap because I cannot straighten my bangs, and it's very annoying. Adi enkal pothudu, pakka pothudu, itu pothudu, but it will never come down. So that's why I cover it up with the cap. So the